Hiya, thanks for clicking on my video. I hope you're going to try this recipe that I'm putting up. It's for red Thai chicken curry. It's simple to make, quick to make, and just follow the ingredients. You'll love it. Right, the first thing you're going to need is you're going to need one onion, as you can see on the picture that I've thrown up. One red pepper, just an ordinary standard size red pepper. Now the next bit's optional, it's entirely up to you. A baby sweet corn, you don't have to put this in. The next thing you're going to need is some red Thai curry paste. Now you can basically get this curry paste at most supermarkets. Just make sure it's authentic curry paste and you can't go wrong. Now another optional extra, you could actually substitute it for peas if you wish, is green beans, and believe it or not, if you don't like green beans, you will actually love them when you try this dish, without a doubt. And of course you're going to need some chicken. 2 small breasts will do, or if it's maybe 4 of you, stick 3 breasts in. That'll go plenty enough. And just a touch of cooking oil, and you're going to need some water, and of course 1 can of coconut milk. It doesn't matter what brand you get, as long as it says coconut milk on the tin, that'll do. So let's get to it. Right, obviously the first thing we need to do is prepare the green beans. Basically all we're doing is just chopping and tailing. You don't have to be very careful, just cut as many off as you can. Now when you've cut them all up to, well, you've cut all the tops and the tails off, at this point what you want to be doing is slicing them up into small pieces. They don't have to be uniform, just as long as they're around about approximately the same size. As you can see, these are just around about 1 centimetre long, and then can be put to one side, ready to go into the curry. Now this, as you can see, is a baby sweet corn. This is optional in this dish. It's just one which I had, so I'm going to throw it in anyway. And all you really want to do is just slice it right the way down the middle, and then slice it again. And basically that's it, ready to go into the dish. Put that to one side with your green beans. Now we're going to be putting 1 full onion in. This is a medium sized onion. You don't have to be, it doesn't have to be large. Just top and tail it. And then what we want to do is cut it in half, and then just basically take the outer skin off quickly on both halves. As simple as that. And then slice this up. As I say, it can be as coarse as you want. I prefer it nice and small. Put the full 2 halves in, cut both halves up. And then do the same with this, basically just shove it to one side until you're ready to use it. Just stick it with the rest of the ingredients there. Right, next, 1 red pepper. I suppose you could use a medium one. Basically just go all the way around it. There's always a lot of waste in the centre on a pepper, but we try to use as much as we can. Chuck the middle part away. You're not going to need that, and you don't need the seeds out of it. And then we want to get back to the pepper, and we just want to put this into nice thin slices. Shove it with the rest of the vegetables. Slice all the pepper up. Now, I don't think I'm going to need all this pepper, but just have a piece there, sorry about that. Right. I suppose it's better than having a slurp. So just put that all together, and put it with the rest of the ingredients. Now that's all the veggies done. Everything's ready there to shove into the curry. But the next stage is the chicken, and I'm going to get a new mat out, or should I say a plastic mat out, to chop that up. Right, here we have two nice chicken breasts. I've given these a wash underneath the tap. I actually gave them a rub with a little bit of coriander. It just sort of adds a little bit of flavour into the skin, so you might still see a few bits left on there. So to cut this up, I'll just put it to one side. All we're basically doing is cutting along the length of the chicken. Cut the breast into 4 pieces, and then you basically just you're cubing it into bite-sized pieces. And do that with the other breast as well. Now this will serve, I know it's only 2 breasts there, but this will serve 3 people with everything else what's in there. And I can see a bit of coriander there. And now that's ready to throw into the ingredients as well. You could substitute the chicken for prawns. However, if you was to use prawns, you really only want to be putting them prawns in for the last 3 minutes of cooking. Not at the start, but at the very end. And if you don't like prawns and you don't like meat and you want a vegetarian dish, substitute it for potatoes, put the potatoes in from the start and reduce your cooking time down, because you're not trying to make potatoes as soft as you're trying to tenderize the chicken. As I say, I hope you enjoy it. Stick with the recipe and you can't go wrong. Now the only other thing left to go into this ingredients will be, near to the end we'll be putting some coconut milk in, and the best way to get that is buy a cheap tin of coconut milk from a local supermarket. Doesn't matter where it's from, Aldi, Lidl, Tesco, whatever. It's what's in the can is exactly the same in all of them. Other than what you see here, the only other thing we're going to need is some red Thai curry paste. Basically you can get it in sachets at most supermarkets, or you can buy it in the block form. And the only other thing, if you wanted to put in, you could put 1 Scotch bonnet in, but boy would that be hot. And since I'm making this for me and Karen doesn't like it too hot, so I'll stick to the ingredients that we've got. So now let's get cooking, combine all the ingredients together, and we're going to make a lovely curry. Just follow this. Right, we need to be starting off by putting a few drizzles of oil into a wok or a frying pan, whatever you'd like to use. Bring it up to temperature and throw the onions in. Now keep stirring the onions at a medium heat until they turn golden brown. Try not to burn them. Now when you're happy with the onions and you're happy that they're golden brown, throw, or should I say put the chicken in and give that a stir. We're doing this just really to seal the chicken, keeping all the juices in the chicken, making them nice and tender. Now when you're happy with the chicken, that it's sealed, you've been cooking this for about 5 minutes, you now want to be adding in the red Thai paste. This is a bit of a bugger to get out of the packet as it's really thick. But squeeze as much out as you can, and then give the full recipe a good mix, trying to get all the chicken coated with the curry paste. And it's going to be quite dry at this stage, so make sure that you don't burn it in the frying pan. And if it looks like you're going to need some water, add it to and sort of make sure that the chicken doesn't burn. Now give that a quick stir and simmer this for around about 20 minutes. Around about that period you'll see that it'll start thickening up again, and then we want to be keeping our eye on it to make sure it doesn't burn and it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. Now throw in the green beans and the sweet corn and carry on simmering it. carry on stirring this and simmering it, and keep doing it to a point where you're happy that you've got a reasonably thick consistency of the juices what's in there. And at this stage add the red peppers. The chicken is cooked now, it's nice and tender. We're putting these red peppers in. We don't want to give them a lot of time cooking, we don't want them too soggy, and in the meantime what we want to be doing is keeping our eye on it, and get ready to put the coconut milk in. Now the coconut milk itself, when you open the tin, you'll find that it's very, very thick, so I advise you to give it a quick stir, but as soon as you've stirred it, add it into the wok with the rest of the ingredients, give it a bit of a mix, and it should look a little bit like this. Allow this to bubble away for a while. Once again, render it down so we've got a nice thick juicy curry, and at this stage basically that's it, it's ready. Put it onto a plate and away we go. Add a bit of rice if you want some rice, or you could use some flatbread. Well, that's me. I hope you try it. Please do. Any comments, leave in the comment boxes below, and if you want, you could subscribe to my channel. This channel's basically going to be about food or anything that I've got an interest in. Once again, thanks for clicking. See ya. Oh, by the way, Rose, I hope you enjoy it.